So I'm going to go into it a little deeper, explaining how the womb cries out. The womb, a sacred vault. I talked about the womb being a vault. In scripture, the womb is not just uh, biological, it is spiritual. It is a vault, a treasury, a place where God deposits destiny. From the womb comes life, inheritance, covenant, and testimony. It is the altar where heaven and earth meet because it carries the potential of generations. This going to come up again. God deposits destiny in the womb. From the womb comes life, inheritance, covenant, and testimony. It is the altar where heaven and earth meet. Earth is my throne and heaven is my footstool because it carries the potential of generations. When a man takes from the vault unlawfully, whether through manipulation, exploitation, or dishonor, he is not just stealing from a woman, he is robbing God's treasury. The act does not remain silent. The womb itself becomes a witness. That's what I. That's what I'm referencing. Who's crying out against you? Okay. How the womb cries out. Let's talk about it. Through blood and covenant. In Genesis, Abel's blood cried out from the ground. Likewise, when treasures are stolen from the womb, the covenant blood cries out to God as testimony. It cries out through destiny interruption. Every room carries assignments. When those assignments are stolen, heaven records the interruption and the womb testifies against the thief. The womb is generational. It is treasures if okay. The womb is generational. If its treasures are misused, the cry echoes into future generations, demanding reconciliation. When I talked about, like, literally, I'm not just bringing up someone. When I sat down to record this message about who's crying out, the womb crying out against you, testifying against you. Because the other day when I was doing a message, God said it behooves him. So I went to study, um, how it behooves God to, to Jesus to die for the remission of our sins. And I got the understanding. And then this information came to me. So I'm just not pulling this out of a hat. Okay. This is real divine information, revelatory information that God has opened me up to. So I say that again, through generational consequence, the womb cries out. This lady that God brought before me and this artist, this lady has been gone for a very long time. But just like Abel, the blood cries out from the ground. Yes. Anyways, through generational consequence. The womb is generational. If its treasures are misused, the cry echoes into future generations demanding reconciliation. That's why I put the person got the key, the person has bought this, the person has bought that, the person has bought that with the treasures that he took from the womb by unlocking the door with the key, right? The womb, the womb cries out through prayer and travail. Many women travail in prayer, and their wombs join that cry, even if silent outwardly. The Spirit interprets the groaning of the womb before God. Romans 8:26. Go read about it. Why the cry cannot be ignored. Luke 8:17. I already said this. Nothing hidden will remain concealed. That includes wombs robbed in secret. Zechariah 4:6 remind us that justice is not by might nor by power, but by God's Spirit. I've said all of these. Hebrews 2:17. Christ became the merciful high priest to reconcile sins, including sins against the womb. So when a man steals treasures from a womb, whether honor, provision, or destiny, the womb itself become a prophetic witness. It cries out against him until reconciliation is made. The cry of the womb is not just pain, it is petition. It rises from God's throne, demanding justice, restoration, and disclosure, just as Talika Patrick's grave cries out for truth, so too the womb cries out when violated. And God heard the cry. James 5:16 says, "The fervent prayers of the righteous avail much." The womb's cry joins those prayers, and heaven respond. Spiritually, the womb is a sacred altar. To rob it is to rob God. And altars always testify. The cry of the womb is the sound of heaven's justice, echoing against dishonor, demanding that what was stolen be accounted for. It ain't nothing to play with. I talked about who may dwell on God's holy mountain. The woman that God has, the women, I'm going to just say woman because it's singular. Every woman have its own destiny. The woman that God has called a wife, has grown to be a wife, has refined to be a wife, is dwelling on that holy mountain. You can't touch what's sacred with unclean hands, with an impure heart. You can't. Okay. So I hope that gave y'all clarity. Okay. Till next time. Bye.